Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to Common English Mistakes. Don't just learn, improve. So today we're going to look at something which isn't easy, the passive, but by focusing on the difficult parts of the structure, as well as the context and how and when to use it, you should feel more comfortable using this advanced structure. So anyway, the first mistake is up here. I born in Italy. So just pause the video and see if you can correct the sentence. And well done if you said, I was born in Italy. So here we need the passive because the subject, I, doesn't do the action. The action is done to the subject. The structure for any passive sentence is always going to be the same. Subject, verb be, past participle, what I call V3. If we want to change the tense, we just change the form of be. So here in the past, was, were. I was born in Italy. We were asked to leave the room. In the present, am, is, are. Tea is produced in China. Oranges are grown in Spain. It's less common to use the passive for yourself, which we're going to look at in a bit, but maybe you say, my name is Steve, but I'm called Stevie by my friends. So that's the basic structure. A few years ago, while I was teaching this, a student asked a good question, which was, who speaks like this? Because sometimes we're just doing exercises to learn the structure, but they're not natural things that people would say. I would say there are three really good reasons why you want to use the passive. The first one is here. My wallet was stolen the other day. Use it when you don't know who or what did the action. Could also say someone stole my wallet, but it's good to use the passive here. The next one, the roof was repaired. When it's not important who did the action. The focus is the roof, so we're going to use the passive. If you want to say who does the action, use the preposition by. For example, the Mona Lisa was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. So just pause the video, look at the three subjects here, my wallet, the roof, the Mona Lisa. What do they all have in common? What's the similarity between them? And well done if you notice that they're all things or objects. And this is where we're going to use the passive more. Because people do actions, so usually we talk in the active, but things, objects, buildings, they don't do anything. So things are done to them and we need to use the passive. So let's now look at the other forms of the verb be. Present continuous is one that causes a lot of problems. You need to say am, is, are, being. For example, the crime is being investigated. Several hospitals are being built. Again, crimes, hospitals can't do actions, so you need to use the passive. Another one which causes problems is the present perfect passive. So just look at the sentence up here. And think about how you normally make the present perfect and try to correct the sentence. And well done if you remembered that for perfect tenses, we always use the verb have. So a form of be is has, have, been. A new stadium has been built. This is quite a common one because it's easy to mix up has and was. So watch out for it. And then for past perfect, had been. Like I said in other past perfect videos, it's unlikely you're going to use the past perfect passive. However, you might have to use it in something like third conditional. For example, if I had been told about the meeting, I would have gone. And then on to the futures, future will be, future going to, am, is, are going to be. For example, the new film will be, the new film is going to be released next week. And then more generally, Any other structure, you just have to think, what's the form of the verb with that structure, and just use be in that way. For example, with like plus verb ing. So I like being asked questions by you guys. With used to plus infinitive, used to be. So clothes used to be washed by hand. So those are the forms of to be. And in my opinion, this is the secret to using the passive effectively. If you can just repeat them, know them quickly, you're going to be much better at this. Let's now, though, look at some other common mistakes which I hear. Just pause the video and look at these sentences, try to correct them. So for the first two, the subject is doing the action, so we don't need the passive, we need to use the active. Subject verb. So what happened yesterday? I played tennis last week. And for the next one, it's present continuous, but make sure we have V3, past participle at the end. Our living room is being painted at the moment. This is a bit mean of me maybe, but here we're paying for someone to do something. We need the passive causative. Subject have, object past participle. I had my hair cut at the hairdresser's. If you didn't remember that one, do make sure to check out my video on the passive causative at the end of this one. And the last one is specific for Spanish or Portuguese speakers, because you do something similar in your language with it, passive, and then the thing. We don't really use this one in this way in English. Make sure that thing is always the subject. More hospitals are needed. However, we do use this structure with the verbs up here when it's talking about people's opinions, thoughts, knowledge, or what people say. For example, it is said that ginger is very healthy. It was believed that leeches were a good medical treatment. This one's a common structure and you should use it. Anyway, explanation over. As ever, guys, if you haven't done so already, do hit that subscribe button. Lots of nice comments coming from you guys, but not many new subscribers recently. So anything you can do to help this channel grow, share the videos with your friends, like, write comments, would be much appreciated. When you're ready, let's practice and improve. Just pause the video and put either the passive or the active into the following sentences and think which tense you need according to the situation. Past, present perfect, etc. And well done for the first one. If you said at the moment, present continuous, the main square is being redeveloped at the moment. It will be, or it's going to be, completed next year. And then the next one, we can say either Maria was given the job in the past, or Maria has been given the job, because it's new information. And then the next one, I've been a bit mean again. Laptops don't do many things, but they can either work or break. So we need the active. My laptop broke suddenly the other day. And then my phone was found by one of the staff at the bar. The shop opens at 8 a.m. And finally, last week, we need third conditional. If he had been caught sleeping last week, he would have been fired. Passive, passive. So now just pause the video and write, say, or discuss the same sentences for you. And finally, today's question, what has been built in your city recently? So do write your answers in the comments, guys. A good opportunity to practice a difficult and advanced structure. Anyway, that's basically it for today. Like I said, do make sure you learn those forms of the verb to be really well. This will really help you. I'm going to take a break from passives for the next couple of videos, but going to do one on advanced passives afterwards. So look out for that one. Other than that, I'll see you in the next couple of days for another video. Until then, see ya.